Hello, and welcome to Scripture in Minutes. Thanks for joining me today, and let's get started. Today we'll be reading out of John chapter 15, verses 1 through 4, and Scripture is about Jesus teaches about the vine and the branches. I am the true grapevine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch of mine that doesn't produce fruit, and he prunes the branches that do bear fruit, so they will produce even more. You have already been pruned and purified by the message I have given you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Well, this message, even though it sounds simple, and in some ways it is a simple message, it's still important, and it's important that we look into it. And obviously what Jesus is saying here is that if we're separated from him in our faith or daily trials, we need to stay diligent in staying with him, because if we're not with him and if we are separated, we will not bear fruit, any good fruit, and we will be separated from him and separated from God. So we have to stay in him, most importantly with believing that he died for us and forgiveness of sins, and by doing that we live through the Spirit, and we bear good fruit in our lives, and we lead pleasing lives, not only to God but for ourselves. And I guess what's probably the more important point to note is that obviously we all have ups and downs in our lives. Same goes for myself. And I know sometimes we feel like things are going well, whether it's what we're doing with our lives out there in the world, or what we're trying to do in our lives with Jesus and for Jesus and honor him the right way. And things are going good, and then sometimes we take 3 steps forward, 2 or 3 steps forward, but we have to take a step back. And I think it's important that when we take the step back and we feel the pressures of the world closing in on us, or becoming more than it feels like we can bear, that we remember to, instead of faltering, to come back to Jesus in our prayers, ask for his forgiveness, ask him to show us the way, and humble ourselves by admitting that we can't do anything without him, and get back on track, so to speak, and not to feel discouraged by the difficulties that we have in our life, and not to feel as though God is angry at us, because he certainly isn't. He wants us to put him at the forefront of everything we do, which is kind of a recurring theme, and most importantly, put our faith and our trust in Jesus Christ, and receive the gifts and the grace that he offers to us through Jesus Christ. And just on kind of a side note, you might notice that I usually have a cross or something in front of the plant here, and today we have the candy cane. And most of you probably know the story about candy cane, but just real briefly for anyone that doesn't, the candy cane really is kind of a great symbol, even outside of the holidays. And obviously it's there for the Christmas time, but the cane stands for the shepherd, because Jesus is our shepherd, and the white stripe stands for the purity of Jesus, because Jesus is pure and innocent. And then the red stripe, of course, stands for the blood that Jesus shed for us. So just a little bit of information there about the candy cane, and I thought it'd be a nice little something to add there for the holidays. So thank you for joining me for Scripture in Minutes. Appreciate it. God bless you, and have a blessed day.